I'm very happy to be here tonight. Thanks to Holger. Thank you for that day. It was inspiring, and I hope we have something really special for you now. It's 8 million tons of waste plastics dumped in the oceans every year. 8 million tons means that during this day, starting from 10 o'clock this morning, 7,500 tons of waste plastic have been dumped in the oceans today. And if you remember on Facebook, you probably get all these posts by Ocean Cleanup. And they claim they can clean up 3 tons, not per second, not per minute, but per week. 3 tons per week. So the next 4 people I want to invite on stage, I hope they can relieve me of my pain. Can you help me?
Stephan, you have to stop this because you're depressing me, okay? First of all, there is nothing wrong with plastics. You're describing the end of a love affair our society has had with a material that has done a lot very valuable and good things. It's helped us preserve natural materials, cork, leather, silk. All of these things have been preserved because of plastic. Transporting goods long distances in plastic helps save CO2. We care about these indicators. What we're observing right now is unintended consequences of a material that we have loved so much that we have overused to the extent that we are now noticing that we can no longer continue in the same way.
Circular economy is really important also for us, which means, for me, it means you design molecules and materials from the beginning so that you can use them in a circular way.
So the whole point of the circular economy for plastics, or the New Plastics Initiative, is to preserve value in these molecules and to make sure that they get circulated at the system at their highest value.
Is there anything we need to imply from governments or by force, or how do we change minds?
I also have to say, don't be too depressed, because there are plenty, even in the first few minutes of this conversation.
Because now we have new ways of making plastics, bio-based materials. We can make plastic out of woods. We can do that in a whole variety of different ways.
Fritz, is it really that optimistic? You see it the same way?
We went into a plastics economy full speed and still do it.
That are designed for the circular economy, where bio-based origin is a key feature.
There are plenty of good opportunities. I'm going to mention 2. I'm going to start with a small one, which is the Ocean Cleanup Project. Many of you study innovation. Many of you follow innovation systems and spend time reading innovation literature and highlight the value of the first mover. And we learn a lot from first movers. So yes, 3 tons per week is perhaps an insignificant number compared to what is really being dumped out there. But it's a tremendous effort to come out there, a lot of courage to come and say, we have to do, as opposed to we need to continue thinking about this.
So, but we need to really look at the entire value chain of it. So let's say not only at the waste, which is very important, we need to clean up.
When a system is very complex, and if you think topology is no longer linear or circular, this is a very complex issue.
We need to look at the energy side. The good news is, I think all the solutions and the different part of the value chains are already there.
We think a lot about what is the appropriate level of investment so that we can create a strong pipeline of innovation that will solve the problems that plastic may potentially create or is creating.
I don't think we have a lack of talent. There's plenty of money that has been pledged. So what is it?
We need the legislation. Chemical recycling is probably a very important thing in the future, but at the moment it's economically not viable. Oil is too cheap.
And we're arriving at the understanding that we need a blend of public and private capital. The public capital that will de-risk the initial innovation, specifically addressed towards critical priority areas of plastics. And then the private capital, the venture capital, who will come and invest in applications and help commercialize.
We as IEC3, well, we work on both sides. I think we need, as Fernando said, a global dialogue.
Think in cost-efficient ways, utilizing the end consumer's need to really want those type of products.
On the other hand, we need, let's say, boots on the ground get our feet dirty. We will go, let's say, with partners to Nigeria and demonstrate in one of these rivers, which are the most polluting rivers, how the problem can be solved.
We keep in mind that there are some critical performance that these materials have given us that cannot be sacrificed simply because we think that biodegradation means disappearing. We need to really get to the details of this.
There will be speakers' corners outside, where each one of them will be standing within the next 10 minutes, and you'll get the chance to meet them and talk to them. So when we get outside, please follow them to their desks. There will be moderators on the desk. You can place your questions there and start a discussion for the next half an hour with each one of them. You can change desks.
We said, well, look, this is something which is where next time we don't want to be a diamond sponsor, we want to be a real partner. And I think this is so good that we bring this to the world. We don't do this in Frankfurt only, we do this in other places of the, let's say, of the world, and we intensify this because I think this is a role model which needs to really go out in the world. That is why Holger and I, let's say, signed an MOU this afternoon to be a partner, to bring the European chemistry partnering even more forward. Thank you very much, Holger.
I have nothing more to add. I'm so happy that we signed this MOU and just can say again, chemistry and the chemistry between us makes the world go round. Thank you.